Not a monster. We'll take him. Start this morning. Get up here there, buddy. Oh, easy. Easy, easy. Got him. Pretty good little hook set there. Check him out. Alright. Back you go. Oh, he's in a tree. Get out of that bush. I ain't gonna get this one. He is in the bush. Oh, he's loose. Got him. Man. Whew. That fish hung me all in a freaking tree. And I did not think I was gonna get him. I will definitely have to retie. Oh, give me my hook, buddy. Just barely got him and I can't get it loose. Where my pliers might be. They seem to be AWOL. Ain't hooked that bad, it's just, oh, there he is. Oh, he's trying to get loose. There he is. Beautiful, beautiful. It's a Thursday morning. I don't know how many mornings I get to work on this video. But I decided to go and get a couple hours in before work, and we've got a couple of bass in the boat so far. And man, that fish was right down in some brush. Oh yeah, he has eaten my line up. Went around the bush 2 or 3 times. I could see him down there. The water's fairly clear. I did not think I was going to get him loose, but I got to take about 3 feet of this line off, and then we'll be able to go again. So hang out, let me retie and see if I can get another couple of fish in the boat. Oh my goodness. Now guys, this bank I'm working right here, this is a point. It's in the shade. It's still early morning, but it's in the shade. It is a point, and it's loaded with brush and seems to have quite a few fish on it. I've seen fish on the graft as I came up on this point. I've had 2 or 3 bites, and I've missed 2 or 3. But it's one excellent place to start. Chasing the shade is one of my favorite things to do. Oh, I hung in that brush. gonna have to go get it. But chasing the shade, you can do that all the way up to lunch and stay on fish. Man, I may have messed up a good spot getting hung right here. Got good water depth. I'm sitting in 10 feet and I'm only about 20 feet off the bank, loaded with brush, getting bites, and I got right in the very cover that I was throwing in and hung up. Yep, I stuck it in there. Don't know if I can get down to it or not. Yeah, come out. There we go. That's good. There's a bite. In the brush, on the point. Just a pull. Get on up here. Hey. Gotcha. Go, Mr. Bass, early in the morning, fishing brushy points. But I'm running out of time this morning. Don't have a lot of time. So I'm about to make a move and work a little bit of offshore stuff before I have to leave. So you guys hang with me. I'm gonna make a move and we will see if we can get one a little deeper before I have to head on to work today. There we go. There's us a bite. How about that? Pretty good fish. Pretty good fish. Out here at what looks like in the middle of nowhere. But it's a nice little ledge. There we go. There we go. There he is, Menses. Pretty little old thing. Out here, sitting in, running this ledge, sitting in about 13, 14 feet deep right now. But it was, it's just Very, very deep on one side and very shallow on the other side. And man, he put that weight and hook in my net. Oh, it came right out. Awesome, awesome. All right, drop the net down in the water. Guys, the wind has got me just drifting parallel down this ledge. I'm sitting in 20 feet of water. The ledge is right back up here on my left, and I'm pulling it from shallow out to deep, and just bumping along. When you get that worm or a jig or whatever you're fishing out there in some of this brush, you just got to rattle it and shake it and attract their attention. And man, this is a really good, I don't know if that's a bite or a bush. It's a bush. But this is a really good place when the sun gets up, or an area like this when you've got bluebird skies, which is what we're getting now. And these fish will move out. A lot of them will move out offshore. Some of them stay offshore. But you can work a ledge. The wind's got me going down. Sometimes it'll go a different way, but if you can use the wind to keep you in position on this thing, you just keep casting, and when you work through it, you can go back to the other end, drift and fish it again if you choose. Sometimes you can make multiple passes and catch fish all day. But we drifted over it. I'm back over on it now. I'm showing 12 feet of water again, which just a little bit to my right was 20-25 feet. So we're definitely up on it. Alright guys, we have fast forwarded to a completely different lake and a completely different day. I started out on Thursday morning, the beginning of the video, and it is now Saturday morning. We started on the duck and we're now over on Katoma. I'm still going to be targeting the same kind of fish today, points and ledges. Reason being is spawn is just about wound up for all the bass on most of our area lake. We're finding a few here and there still trying to bed, but for the most part, the majority of them are finished. And I'm looking for the bass that have moved out, no longer garden fry, no longer right nestled up on the bank, but maybe pulled out, in the 10-15 feet range. They don't necessarily stay there all the time, but a lot of them have pulled out on these points and ledges, and they move up a lot as the bait dictates. Like if they don't feed well during the day, if the bait fish don't come by, these are the ones you're going to find a lot that'll move up with the natural shallow fish. Some bass stay shallow year round, some move out, but at early morning or during the night you have fish that move up into shallow. But I'm targeting the ones that are not necessarily on the bank all the time, out on points, out off of ledges, and I'm still throwing plastics. I'm going to show you what I'm starting with today. I've changed lakes. I'm over on Lake Katoma, and I'm going with a little plastic crawl. This is a cream ST crawl. It mimics the crawfish in the lake very well, and we're gonna see what happens. So you guys hang around. New day, new lake, same patterns. Hopefully we'll catch a few more fish. Hang around, let's see what we can get. There's one. There we go. Buddy. Oh, he wanting to jump so bad. Just slack. Oh. He wanting to get after me with that hook too. Right in the roof of the mouth. That's pretty good. Guys, there's number one. Let me maybe get out of that sun just for a second. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. Got my anchor down. Number one of the day. That is the number one bite for the day. I fished 4 different points on my little crawl. Nothing would hit the little crawl. I went back to a worm like I've been using the past few weeks, and the very next point I get a bite. I'm sitting in about 13, 14 feet of water and throwing in I'm throwing parallel, so I'm throwing in about 13, 14 feet of water off a main lake point. But like I said, that was the absolute first bite of the day. It's like the Dead Sea, and I don't know if changing baits helped or I just got it in front of one. I have seen fish as I fished these points, and on my graph I've seen fish out off these points, the places I've been fishing, but absolutely nothing really going on. Hey, sometimes you just get a slow day. Summertime is notorious for slow days, but we're not really in the full heat of the summer yet. I know it is up on land, but the water's still in the 80s, and that's pretty tolerable for a bass. But dang, I never expected to come over here and spend, I've spent well over an hour, and that was my first bite. So that's a little surprising to me, but hey, we're gonna get after it and work this point pretty good, and we'll see if we come up with another. Hang around. There's another bite, boys. Got it. Oh, about the same size. Look at him go. Get in here. There we go. There's number 2, same point. Now I moved up. The wind got me out of position, and I had to move up. And I put my boat in about. Oh, easy. Let him loose. He could swim better if he let me put him back in the water. Look at that little fat belly. Little fat. He's small, but man, he is eating. Pretty little thing. Back you go. Anyway, same point, same, all little smaller fish, close to the same size, but there may be a school, and so we're gonna work this point for a little while longer. I was gonna move on up to the next point after a few casts, but man, that's promising to pull up on the same point and grab a couple, and after the slow start this morning. So we're gonna keep on keeping on. I need to, he didn't touch my line. My line's good, and it is trying to tangle up with me. It had a twist earlier with my worm, got twisted and spun all the way back to the boat. But let's get it back out there and go see if we can get another one. There's one. Get him go way down there deep. Mr. Spotted Bass. Get on in here. There he comes. Man, look at fast as lightning. Get up here, Junior. There we go. Look at that pretty little spotted bass there. Drop shot at him. They wasn't biting my worm. The sun's getting on up overhead, and I thought I'd finesse them a little. He was probably about 10-12 feet deep. There we go. He's little, but he, like the other ones, have got a little belly going. Look at him stick that little belly out. Little spotted bass, pretty little thing. I had to, man, the bite has been very tough today. And sometimes when it gets tough, you just gotta scale down a little bit. And that's exactly what happened. Scale down with a little tiny worm. Drop shotted him right on up in the boat too. That's pretty cool. We might just have to stick it back out there and see if we can get another one. What's good for one is usually good for another one. We got a few more minutes up here on this end of the lake, and I'm gonna head back. I got a couple of places down closer to the dam I want to hit before I wind it up. But overall, man, it is a beautiful day. I'm talking about just beautiful out. The wind gets up about 10 miles an hour, and then it lays down a little bit. So I'm having to use my anchor on all the points that I go to. Even if I paddle up or troll up while it's calm, I know the wind just every 5 minutes or so it'll get back up again to about 10, 7, 8, 9, 10 miles an hour, and then it'll go flat again. But that's just what you deal with out here on the lake. But it is keeping me cool. It is hot out. The water temp today is looks like 87 right here where I'm sitting. Let me make sure. 87. That's pretty warm. It's still tolerable for bass. Once it gets on up in the 90s, they tend to get a little sluggish. But let's see if we can't drop shot up one more. This is my last point going away from the truck, and then I'm gonna head back the other way and fish, and I'll let you know what I get into. Oh, there's one, boys. Coming up. Stay down. That's a good fish. At least he's bigger than the other one. Meaner anyway. I don't know how big he is. I can't see him. What have I got? Oh, there he comes. Got him. Man. I had to get out a little deeper for him. Probably about 15. Looked like about 15 feet. Need my pliers back. There we go. I'll get him. That little tiny drop shot hook. I'm talking about tiny. We'll get him. Yeah, we'll get him. Check him out. How about that? It is 11:15. Got that one up out of about 15 feet of water. Sun's getting right on up overhead. These fish, they're getting on down where you would think they would be. Bite's been tough, but man, that was fun. That was fun. You never know what you're gonna get. Drop shot can catch you anything from brim and bluegill to crappie to any, spotted bass, large. You never know. Largemouth bass. You never know what you're gonna get a hold of. But I'm proud to see that one get in the boat. Well, I got to find me another worm now. He took mine, and I'm gonna make a couple more casts on this point before I head back the other way. So we'll see if we can't come up with maybe one more bite here. Once again, hang around. I'll be back. There's one. Ha ha. Success. Man, them things pull. Spitting up shad while he's going. That lets you know what they're eating. Up here. Got me another little spot. Easy. Right in the top of the mouth. That's where the drop shot shines, right there. That's right where they're supposed to get it. Oh, there's my pliers. Well, my pliers, well, it fell out. How about that? Look at that little belly. These aren't big fish, but man, they're eating. And he spit a shad up just as I was bringing him in. I saw the shad come out. So they're eating good, no doubt. Them little bellies tell the tale right there. They are eating good. Man, that's fun. I'm gonna mess around one of these days and get me a big one on this drop shot. We'll see if I can get him in. Well, I'm gonna have to make another cast now. I was about to leave. Every time I'm about to leave, I get a bite. I think that's 5 for this morning. I'm not sure. I always get back to the computer and get to editing and find out I had a different number than I had in my head, so it'll be all right, I guess. I think it's 5, might be 4. Anyway, I'm gonna try one more time, and then I'm gonna move down the lake and fish a couple of shady spots, I hope, and then back to the truck, and I'll see you in a few. There's a bite, boys. Don't know if he kept it. Yeah! Awesome. Another looks to be about the same size. Let's get him on in here. Man, these little bitty fish. Ooh. Get on up out of the water. He is. That's why it's so hard to get a big spot in the boat. Now that one, I caught him in the bottom. I don't understand that. Oh, easy, easy. We will get you back in the water in just a second. Oh, it fell out. Another little fish with a big old belly. Little fish, man, they have got to be just gorging. Gorging. Back down he goes. Well, that's the last little spot I'm gonna catch from here, I think. Oh, I hooked me. I think I'm gonna up anchor, head back down to some different type water. Points have been slow. I've been on one decent ledge and 7 or 8 points today, and the bite has been extremely slow. Sometimes the bite's just that way, but you got to fish in the high percentage places you know at some point during the day these fish might show up and be, or either it may be somewhere they go during the day. Off the edges of these points, out off the main points, main lake points, secondary points, any ledge that you can find that has a significant depth drop is always a good place in the summertime to target both largemouth and spotted bass. Spotted bass today, mostly. Well, mainly. I think all my bass today, but I should have checked each one, but pretty sure most of them have been spotted bass. So now I'm going to head to some different type water, spend another 30-40 minutes and see if I can't pull out a bigger one. If the spots are biting, I know where some bigger ones have been caught, and they are on a hump. It's not a ledge, but it's a very pronounced hump. But it's back down the lake. Got to go check it out, and I'll see you when I get there. Wish me luck. Well, guys, I've caught a bunch more little spots. Didn't bother to turn the camera on for all those. The drop shot works pretty good. Out on the points today, the ledge, a couple ledges I fished, not so much. Points were okay. The bite was slow, but pretty much off and on all day got bites. So that's encouraging to come out when it's so hot. Now the wind's got up pretty strong, probably 10 miles an hour plus. I know it's plus at times. It's pretty strong. Won't let me sit anywhere anymore because my anchor gives way off the bottom. Man, this has been a pretty good video to put together. Got both lakes, Coleman Lakes here in on this one. The early morning was a lot more pleasant. It was a lot cooler, and but I like going to both places. I like going to the Duck, and I like going to Katoma both. But it's time to wind it up and head toward the house and check my footage, see what I got. Appreciate so much everybody that watches. You guys are great. If you like it, share it with your friends. Hit the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber. Let's grow this thing, and I get to go some more places. I'm wanting to go down to Eufaula sometime, up on Weiss Lake, more Tennessee River stuff. Got a lot of places I'd like to go, just hadn't got there yet. But hang in there, you guys stay safe out on the water, and if you see me, come by and talk to me.